Good evening, no, good afternoon, everyone. So, excuse me as I walk over here. Decided I just kind of wanted to do a video. Gail sent me a video of Tracy Fox, and so I was watching her, and I was like, I kind of want to make one right now, so... Also, my ego is pretty good right now because people were saying how much they missed me in my last video. So, I mean, how can you give the people what they want, right? So, just kind of hanging out, doing some crafting. Just a little bit ago, I ate some lunch, which was fantastic. And now I'm just kind of finishing up some odds and ends and everything. But earlier I went to Walmart and I got some of these. And they're just some paper sacks. They're 3.5 by 2 by 6 3/4 inches. And I was like, that'd be fun to decorate some paper sacks for a change. So I got those. I also got some of these little paper, little tiny envelope things that I got in Happy Mail. So we may do some of those. Got some envelopes here that we could do something with. Some sewing pattern pieces, but right now what I want to do, put these probably in my fall journal. So if you remember the video yesterday, I was talking about my fall journals that I still need to, there we go, it's a little bit better, that I still need to fix the spines on. And these, if you remember the video a while ago, that I got these at a flea market or an antique store. And yeah, so I thought these would be nice on there. Some pretty pictures on the front. I'm not even going to do anything to the front because they're fine. May not even do a whole lot on the inside, but it's a bit white for me. So I decided I would do a little something on the inside and on the back. So what I got here is, first of all, I hate coffee dyeing. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. What I've got here is just some coffee and some water and just a couple teaspoons of alcohol so that it doesn't get all moldy and it helps it dry faster. So you just kind of have to play around with it. I really don't have a recipe, but you just kind of have to play around with it, get the correct tint that you want and everything. So I'm just going to do that and set it over here on the floor to dry. And it's, of course, going to curl up and make everything coffee dyed. Sweet. Okay. So that one's fine. Clean this up just a little bit with my super clean rag, of course. I'm sure we've all got these laying around every corner. I really need to clean this up again because every time I get it, the paint like reactivates and it's disgusting. So, and actually, I'm probably gonna take that off as soon as, and stuff likes to stick to it as well. So, hang on, I'm gonna spray this, and then we're gonna get rid of this mat. Or at least flip it over, because gross. Okay, so those are laying down there, and those will be safe unless my dog comes in, so, alright. Sorry for the seasickness. That's better. Let's do this one. Alright. Also kind of want to coffee dye that, too. Anyway, so going back to the whole coffee dyeing thing, so Linda Israel was talking about using sprays to coffee dye, and hang on just a second. All right, that's better. I had to turn the light on, and unfortunately you can't turn the light on or off while you're filming. It's irritating, but whatever. So Linda was talking about using Glimmer Mist and distress stain, stuff like that, to coffee dye. Well, that's great, except I don't always want glitter. And this, oh, I also put some of this in here too, just to make it darker, because because it was coming out more of a tea dye, not so much coffee dye, and I like darker. So I put a little bit of this in. So you just really, you gotta experiment, because this is way too dark. So, all right, anyway, so that's what I'm doing now. I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And because Linda usually knows what she's talking about. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. Not even sure if you guys can see right now, but that's fine because I'm just doing a quick spritzy spritz of this. Oh yeah, you guys can see I've got some decent range here for my camera. Well, so much for the clean side of my mat, right? Does anyone know why envelopes, that was a genius idea, Austin. Put them both sides filled with coffee dye so that when you set it down on the floor, it'll pick up everything that's sitting on the floor. Genius idea, I know. Okay. Let's just take this and just put some coffee on the front because we can't waste it. Especially because it has distress stain and what else? I can't remember what else it has in it now. Coffee. So can't waste it. Gotta keep it. Gotta keep it all, save it what we can, and not just wipe it up. But man, like on that other side though, it just gets so gross. It's not even worth trying to salvage any off of the mat, so. And obviously this isn't getting full coverage, so don't be too worried about that. If you need to, you can always just spray a little bit more on it. Not a big deal. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Just a little bit. All right, cool. So that goes down there, like I said, it's all fine and dandy. Man, sorry, I keep hitting that and I'm making everyone seasick, so. All right, so we may do a couple different things here, and it also just depends on how long I feel like my phone being out of commission, because videos take forever to load when they're really long. So, all right, just got some washi, Tim Holtz washi and whatnot. So we're just gonna do a little bit of playing with things. So I think I'm gonna take this paper sack first. I'm gonna do a paper sack and then maybe, probably not an envelope because I still don't think it'll be dry yet. But we'll do something. So, all right. Now, I can't remember who it was that I saw do this. Was it Gail? I feel like it was Gail. Gail, let me know if it was you. I want to give proper credit. So, the person I saw doing this, first of all, you can do this many ways. Like that for a short one. Like this for, you know, anyway. But you make a pocket out of a bag, basically, or a double pocket. So you got your bag, and then here you would, you know, put this down and you'd fluff out the bag and you have a bag. But if you want to make a pocket or an altered bag or a decorated bag, whatever you want to call it, then this is going to be your pocket. This can be a pocket up here, or of course you can do, you know, like this and make it into a signature thing. So, all right, what was I gonna get? I was going to get something and now I can't remember. And someone sent me a message on Etsy. All right, what was I going to do, guys? Give me ideas. What was it? Yep, this was fun. How to do something with a journal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll think of it. So I'm not going to do sewing on this. I'm going to do some stuff with some stamping. That's what it's called, not just, you know, stuff. I do some stuff with stuff and things. And here's one of my stamps. Here's another one. So what I've done when I was working on those masculine prayer journals, put a whole bunch of stamps and just use like different sides of it for, you know, ink up this and stamp it down on that corner, and then ink up, you know, this and stamp it over here, and then ink up that and do that while those dry and stamp off on something else. So anyway, lots of fun. But I'm going to take these off. And I'm not sure why I took off that small, this one, because this is going to be used right now. So, oh, hang on, I cannot see like that. Good grief. So I'd like to ask how everyone's doing, but seeing as this is not a live video, that's, you know, kind of a moot point. Alright, so I got 2 of Linda Israel's stamps that I believe Beeline Designs has partnered with her and they make. So, fantastic stamps. Not a sponsor, but they're great. So, alright. I was thinking hardcore about doing those, you know, like stamping sewing instead of doing actual sewing when I didn't have a sewing machine. Now, glad I got a sewing machine, but that's a great alternative if you don't have a sewing machine or if you don't want to do sewing or, you know, whatever. So, all right, let's dig into this. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to walk over here and get a few of my scraps that I was bringing to do this. If I can find them. I feel like they're over here now, but they're over here, duh. Anyway, so the room's a complete mess at the moment, and hang on, I seem to have quite an issue with my cards over here. Look at that, it's quite thick because it didn't even come through at all. Cool. Anyway, this is going to be like a little everything craft video. So if you don't like my random jumping around, then, oh, sorry about you. So, it's just been one of those days. All right. And there's my stuff. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff. Here's just like a little scrap type of pack thing and plastic bag, and then I've got, you know, a whole bunch of stuff here, a couple of 6x6 paper pads, a whole bunch of little odds and ends like this text, you know, so it's got a little bit of everything. So I don't want to do any of this cutesy stuff right now because gross. So what I'm going to do is put that all down here, and we will do something very Austin-like. All right. Let's do some man stuff. Just kidding. I don't do man stuff, whatever that is. All right. Let's get a few different pieces of things and we will call it good, and we will start putting stuff on stuff. Sound good? Some of that local train ephemera that I love so much. All right, I think that's good for right now. Actually, no, I don't. This would be fantastic because I love this would be great. See, another reason I wish this could be live, which if you guys don't know, I can only do live videos from my phone if I have over 1,000 subscribers, which is stupid. Because it never used to be like that. In all my times of doing YouTube, it's just never, that's not been a thing, so I don't know, whatever. Don't know why that's a thing now. I mean, I could try and come up with a reason, but it's probably going to be wrong. Now my dogs are going to start barking. Actually, I have one dog, but we have a friend that lives downstairs. We've got a large house, and the entire basement is a whole nother apartment, basically. And, like, its own entrance, its own kitchen, its own, like, 2 bedrooms. Well, technically a bedroom and an office space. And its own kitchen, everything. So actually, if I end up getting an emergency management job, which I would get paid more for, then we would not have to have a renter to make the mortgage. That would be great. Although we do love our friend, and I mean, we certainly wouldn't like kick her out though, but at some point, I just assume she's going to move out, you know, at some point and get tired of our craziness. And so, anyway, neither here nor there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just get a rough idea of where this ends, because I don't want to, I was going to bring my paper cutter in here. I just don't want to do that. I think I've somewhat talked about my weird eye problems, so, I mean, I can't see straight lines, basically. See? That's not straight. So I can't, good grief, hang on. Can't apparently talk and see, that's just, it's not. Sometimes crafting is difficult. Okay, whatever, that's it's gonna work. It's going to work. So, basically, I have a weird eye thing where I can't see, I don't use both eyes. I use one or the other. They're both open and they both work, but, I don't know. Basically, they work independently of each other, and I had eye surgery when I was 6 months old. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but regardless, when I'm really tired, my eyes cross. And when I take my glasses off, my eyes cross. And sometimes my eyes just cross because they want to. I don't know, because they hate me or something. But, yeah, so all that to say, I don't use both eyes at the same time, because how your eyes work is your eyes differentiate, you know, scale, perspective, distance, stuff like that, by both eyes looking at something, sending the image to your brain differentiating the unique characteristics and figuring out what both eyes are seeing and making it into one picture that you see, and you can then make judgments based off of what you see and what you need to do. So with that being said, my eyes don't do that. I can drive. My wife doesn't like me to drive because she says it's worse than just driving us all everywhere herself, including to New York, because she says it's very stressful, which, you know, I'm sure it is. Looks fine to me, though, right? So, yeah, that's that's my weird eye thing. So I can't like I can't cut straight. I can't draw straight. I can't do any of that. And things that are straight, like if I cut it on my Cricut and I know 150% that it is straight, it still sometimes just doesn't look like it. So people will be like, oh, is this picture straight? I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. It's completely not my thing. So anyway. So I realized, I don't know if I saw this. I feel like I saw it from Tim or someone on YouTube, but putting Tim Holtz or any really washi tape around the outside of your blending tool is just fantastic. So just in case anyone was wondering, I love it. But yeah, I felt like today would be a nice day to kind of make a video, chat a little bit, and you know, not really take ourselves too seriously. I just wish it could be a nice live video. But then again, I still don't quite have the audience to be able to do lives, at least in my opinion, because many people watch my videos like later. They don't, you know, I just don't know if there would be much of a turnout for a live video. And although I like doing those because, you know, I hate editing videos, which is why I've started going to very little editing. All right, let's see if this will work any better. Good grief, sorry. Close your eyes if you get seasick. Okay, that's a little bit better because I kept doing stuff right here because I'm sitting a little bit back and started realizing you guys can't even see what I'm doing because, you know. So these are, I don't know, Tim Holtz washi tapes that are like cigar themed. I like to call them my dude washies. But anyway, what was the next thing I was gonna do? Oh yeah, and this is like my favorite tape of all time right here. It's fantastic. All right, so let's see what some other fun stuff we could talk about. Oh yeah, so I don't really cut things. I don't do that. Do I want 79 or do I want 80? Man, there's an 80 there, so it'd be cool for like page 80, but that would be covering up the entire, okay, hang on. Let's make a decision here. Inside the Mind of Austin. Now if I did that, it would cover that up, but I could keep those. Nope, 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 okay. Let's do this. Yes. I don't know why. That just works for me. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to use this. Now, have you guys noticed, maybe not, that the harder you push down on Uhu glue or Elmer's or I don't know about the Diane Reevely glue sticks, but the harder you press on them when you are, sorry, hang on, can't do two things at once apparently. See, here comes that straight line thing, because even though there's one right there, I can't, does not work for me. So that's why I like the vintage and rustic and kind of shabby and like crazy weird way that I do art, because you know, if I did scrapbooking and I had to cut things precisely and all that, yeah, that'd never happen. So I'm just glad I can do this. All right, sweet. See, that's not okay. Even I know that's not straight. At least I'm pretty sure. Let's see, line this up there. Not even close. See, so that's probably gonna irritate someone, but you know, whatever. It's the way of life, man. Just a way of life. Alright. And we're gonna put that there. Sweet. So, do I want any of these? So I love Tuesday morning because these are what, like 10, 15 something dollars usually, and that was 4. So, fantastic. I don't think I want any of those right now. There we go. See, I can cover up that horrid line with this. So, in case you're wondering why I didn't ink this up, it's because I'm probably gonna have to pull that part off right there. Anyway, it's because it's very fragile. And while this map is fragile, it's already torn and just kind of shabby looking anyway, so I don't really care. But usually I would distress it, but that's just so fragile, it was just gonna fold and tear and break off, and you know, insanity ensues. All right. I told Gail that when I got this Uhu glue, it's like, you know, I just heard you talking about that glue, and I was like, what's the big deal, man? It's just glue. You know, glue is glue. I mean, I've got Elmer's glue sticks around here that have the magic purple thing where it goes on purple and it turns clear, and I don't see what the difference is. And it's like, whatever. And then I got some Uhu glue, and now I'm like, hey, it's the best glue in the world. See, look at how easy this is to tear. Unfortunately, you probably won't be able to ink that either because it's just... it's just so fragile. Because see, if you do this, like, oh, hey, look, I'm gonna fold it. It breaks. So, anyway. Now, here's what bothers me about this. I like this, but I could just kind of shorten it. Because, you know, it's simple to tear, so it's not really a big problem. Yep. Okay. That part. I promise at some point I'll figure out my lighting, because I've got a light over there. Can't see it. Over there. Got a light up here. And it's alright, but I don't know, I'd like it to be more even. It's even when I'm sitting here and not doing this. But you know, when you're making a video, that's kind of the entire point, so. Let's give it a shot. If it breaks, it breaks. Plus, I mean, I like that look, so I like that really grungy. It's been buried in the yard for 70 years. I like that anyway, so. And sometimes when you sew into these, even backed on something else, it'll just break and then it'll like split on the inside of the stitch, if that makes sense. So the entire thing runs the risk of coming off. So that's always fun. Okay. Just use a very light touch trying to do that. Like that. I like this. Anything. Yeah, I'll do something else. Okay. So what we're gonna do now I need some black in here, right? Some black stamping. So I learned this technique from Marta from Marmy Small Art. And it's always like, you know, don't be too concerned about doing things perfectly. Just, you know, create texture, get some. Now that's usually in the context of mixed media where you're like, I'm gonna cover up half of it anyway. But I still like doing that this time, where you just use your hands and you don't really have to worry too much about getting a perfect stamped image. Now with these, obviously I would not do that with, because it's, I mean, if you're wanting to recreate something that looks like realistic stitching, well, you kind of need a perfect imprint there. So all right, so I've got that one. Now this is going to be for me. So what do I want? What do I want, guys? Okay. I really like, and I can't remember what her name is. It's like Mereddedee. I don't know. I can't remember her name. She's on Instagram is where I found her, and then she's just got, I found her on Facebook and YouTube, and while I don't always watch her stuff on YouTube, her Facebook is always like all up in my grill, because we're in a lot of the same Facebook groups together, and it's really exciting. Man, I want that to be, okay, that's gonna irritate me. Hang on. I need something. I started this with like, oh, I'm gonna cover that up anyway, so I'll just leave it on there. And then everything I'm doing, because I want that 80 to show, but that is also trying to peek out, and I really don't want it there. So, because although it matches with the little, I don't know what you call it, but the little space there, it's just not. Nothing's going right now, guys. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Anyway, it's like, no, it's Zeddie, I think. So is it like Margie Vanzetti or something? Anyway, she does kind of like this, where she does a whole bunch of vintagey, you know, grungy stuff and adds pops of color. And it's like the best thing I've ever seen. Like, she would have this on here somewhere, and like in a couple places, and I don't even know. Maybe I'll check out her YouTube later and see if she has videos on like how she got started in art or something, because her art is just, it's perfection. I don't even know. It's great. So go ahead and do what I said and try to find her. And if you have problems finding her, let me know, because by then I'll have had time to look it up. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Because now I can sew on this, sew on it without having a huge mess of stitches on the inside of the bag. I didn't have to cut the bag, so that then I could, you know, redo the bag so that it wouldn't be sewn together. Like, it's just, you know. It's great. So there's a little stamp. Okay. So I'm just doing some stamping here and there. Now I need to get this. And where am I going to put it? Like right there. I like it. Okay. And then we'll stamp with that. So what I'm going to do is use my Uhu and take some, coat this thing. Because the back of this paper, although it's very thin and fragile, it's also kind of coated, if you can see that shine there. Ah. See, because I wanted that 80 to show and that 80 to show, just because I'm weird. And man, I need to clean off my bone folder. It's got a whole bunch of just grossness. So this is some washi tape that I stamped while we were in New York, and I didn't really have anywhere to put it, and so I just put it on my bone folder, and now it's become like a part of my bone folder. Because I had put Uhu on it, I believe, and it's, yeah, so now it's just like part of my bone folder. Although it will come off, but I think I'm going to do that with my others. It just kind of decorate them a little bit because it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Ah! And that's what happens when your Uhu falls to the floor. And it gets some fuzz on it. Gross. Okay. So since I'm going to have to edit this video anyway, because now I've got it in 2 parts where I had to turn on the camera light, I'll put something at the very end of this, kind of showing a little view of what we did. A view of what we did. I feel like the more I watch her, the more and more I'm turning into Nick the Booksmith. What about that? Is that cool? Or is that dumb? I kind of like it. Might still be dumb, but I kind of like it. But we'll think about that here in a minute. So what do we want to do down here? Because obviously this is going to be shut as a pocket. And then I'm going to have a little tag or something, have a big tag back here, which we'll probably also do today. But right here, and now that's part of the mat. Sweet. So I got these because I, first of all, love this text. And I'm also loving, first of all, great thing about pages like this is I don't have to worry about not knowing, you know, lines. I can just fold it to where it's straight and then do that, and it's perfect. So just kind of tear it off. But I was looking, and this was the back couple pages that I just put in my little scrap bin. And I've got antlers and anvil, which I'm like, sweet, man, that's exactly what I'm going for this time. I got a long-armed ape. Do I want this one? Yeah, okay, so what I'm gonna do here is make a little line there. Alright. And now I'm going to do what I said I wasn't going to do, and I'm going to try to somehow distress this. Although the page is naturally yellow and just on the edges, it's super, I don't know if it's oxidized is the word, but it's very nice on the side. So it really doesn't need a whole lot of distressing, but whatever. Okay, what I need before that is, do I have any sheet music right here? Seriously? It's like the one thing I don't have right here. Okay. Oh wait, no. It might be in that bag. Where'd the bag go? Okay, it's down here. See, I like keeping a little bit of everything in here because, hey look, there's sheet music. Because that's why. Oh, I found the perfect piece, but then it just flew to the bottom. Okay. Ooh, I like that one. Of course, I also like that. But I really like this side because it's just got lots of movement and fun. 35 minutes of me rambling and trying to craft. How fun is that? All right. Okay. Put this here. Uh-oh. Kind of offset it a little bit so it's not completely even with that down there. And a little bit farther over so that there's still just a little something peeking out. Although I may put a small stamp or something right there, like a postage stamp. Maybe. Although that's all the way in the living room, so I'm not sure I want to do that. That could be pretty cool if the picture was smaller, but I think that's gonna go up there. So I'm sorry if when I asked you guys if it was cool looking or stupid, if you guys picked stupid, I'm sorry. If I put that, nah. So I think that dude would be like the biggest. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, because I just don't want to get too much sewing on that page, is just doing this. On that page. On the bag, is what I meant. So I just don't want a huge mess on the bag itself, so I can sew that, and then it looks like it was just stitched. See? So, okay. Now let's wait for that for a second, and I do want to use, this is a good one. This, I'm not even sure what this would be considered, but it's Tim Holtz, obviously. And it's from, I'm not sure which collection it is actually, but it's really nice, and it's just like a lot of words. It's like Paris 1889, like, so I mean, I'm not even sure what, you know. Okay. And then a lot of that will just be so I'll probably make some of these to sell. If anyone's interested, let me know down below or send me a message or something. Let me know what you think. I need something here, and I'm not sure what that something is. And we may not do a big tag today. I don't know. Video's getting kind of long, and I'd like to use my phone before, you know, Thursday. Oh, I could use this, although it just ripped in half because, you know, fragile paper. Some of that railroad ephemera. Now I could do freight bill number, or I could do like the date, 6/26 of 1907. Obviously I wouldn't distress this because that's just asking for problems. I do like that, but this one also has water stains, and I like it. See, you don't even like have to tear. All you have to do for this is like, and it breaks. So. Yep, I do like that. Okay. But oh, that looks pretty cool. At least I think. So I'm going to fold and tear the definition of anvil. Whatever, we'll just do that. Okay. Ah. And I'll put that over here by, you know, the anvil. An iron block with something. And then we'll put this here, and this is actually very close, or the exact same. Uh-oh, that's a problem. The exact, uh-oh. This is a big problem, hang on. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, hang on, okay. Repairing. This is like a simple puzzle that's very delicate. Freight bill number. All right, that works. It's not perfect, but it works. If I stop messing with it. Okay. That works. I keep thinking that I can get this, and I can't, because now it's, you know, it's now part of the mat, so that's fun. Kind of want to put something, maybe that washi tape I really like down here. There we go. I'm sorry if there were a lot of incomplete thoughts today. Because I'm just, I don't know, kind of tired. Didn't take a nap. I mean, it's my day off, so usually I would take some sort of a nap. Just because I want to be lazy. But, yeah, I didn't do that today, so I'm kind of just all over the place. I'm just so beside myself without a nap. Not really, but... Fantastic. Check that out. All right. So for a lot of people, this may be too brown. I really enjoy it. As I know a lot of you do, because a lot of you like the stuff I do. Because clearly you're not here for the commentary. But, all right. So I feel like we were slightly productive today, right? So I like that. All right, now what I'm going to do is get some glue, which I actually really, really, really like this type of glue, and I can't remember. I've got one down here somewhere. It's the Tombow glue. It's basically my version of art glitter glue, because I haven't ever bought that, and this was just at Michael's, I think, one day, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that, and I really enjoy it. But it comes out really small in a thin bead, and this is gonna take forever for this to reach the bottom, because this one's almost done. maybe not. Well, I thought it was all just coming from the top very slowly, but apparently not so much. But this glue has a very, very nice strong hold, and it's pretty fantastic. So, all right, and then the back is just, you know, you could either journal on the back or use the back side to do this, but I feel like that would be a little bit too much, in my opinion. But you know what I do like is staples. So hang on just a second, I'll be right back. So this stapler I've got, it's a Swingline, I don't know, one of these like little stand-up-y ones, but it's so cool. Yeah, I'll do that there. Okay. It's really neat because the way this one operates, I guess, or maybe it's the type of staples or something. It's very, like the staples back here, I'm sure you can kind of see. They're like flat. And so it doesn't have like the huge curve. So it's fantastic because I can do this all day long and not get like hurt. So, and what did I forget to do? Well, of course, I forgot to distress right here. I like to distress at the top of pockets, which I also like to use the stamps at the top of pockets just to show, or stitch if I'm actually stitching at the top of the pocket. So we'll do that here in a second, just to kind of show that there's a pocket, because sometimes, like if you're just looking at this without that, sometimes you're like, man, is that just, you know, a piece of art, or is it a, you know, and if there's nothing in there, of course, this is, if there's nothing in there. Now, if there is something in there, then, you know, I'll come back and fix that here in a second. So who all likes Gail's Distress Ink tool, the one she uses sometimes, that one of her subscribers' husbands made for her? It's like a, it's a wooden handle that you can put your Distress ink pads on, or your Distress mini ink blending things on, and it looks really cool. Unfortunately, they don't take orders because he's got a lot of stuff going on, I guess, so that's upsetting because I would have bought some. All right. Isn't that cool? Sweet. So, thank you guys for joining me for about an hour. We decorated a sack. That's always fun. So, thank you guys for joining me. I hope to see you here next time, or I hope you guys see me here next time. And, yeah, I'm going to go chill. Depending on what time it is. Let me see. It is almost 3 o'clock. Yeah, I probably won't get a nap. But, yeah, so I'm going to go and chill. Probably clean up a little bit before the wife gets home and wants to kill me. And, yeah, so I'm going to have to make the video and upload it. So, thanks again, guys, for joining me, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Let me know down below what you think of this project and of what you want me to do in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.